Hey guys, welcome back to the Vegas Top Dogs YouTube channel update here. Special edition for this year's 151st running of the Kentucky Derby. We have our number one horse expert, Jeff Hochman, on the show, ready to break down all the horses and give his picks for the big race. Jeff, welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Tony. This should be fun. Love the Kentucky Derby, most exciting 2 minutes in sports. We'll go over each horse. Should be a relatively short video. We won't spend too much time. I know everybody's got some stuff to do here on Thursday. We're recording this on Thursday. And then I'll give my picks at the end of the video.
Hey, let's do a horse by horse preview, whether it's a couple comments of why you like each horse or just information on each horse. Let's jump right in. But first, what is your most important data point when breaking down the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, it's a good question, Tony. And it's the dosage index. And if you're not familiar with it, you should. It's a mathematical formula that was invented by Dr. Stephen Roman in the 1990s. It's a tool that predicts a horse's distance capabilities based on its lineage. The formula works by summing up points of the 5 most influential sires in a horse's offspring. They divide the total horse's points and you get a figure. So simpler terms, the lower the dosage, the more likely a horse can handle the 1 mile and a quarter journey, 10 furlongs. This is important because only 3 horses, since 2000 have won the Kentucky Derby with a dosage index above 4. Those 3 horses, Giacomo in 2005, Mind That Bird in 2009, and the last to do it, 2017, Always Dreaming. So it's a really good data point. You can weed out a lot of the horses. I don't consider any of the horses with a dosage index above 4. Keep in mind, this only works for the Kentucky Derby. Don't try it for the Preakness, the Belmont, claiming race on a Tuesday at Aqueduct. It's not going to work. Why? The Kentucky Derby, these horses are trying 10 furlongs for the first time. It's the first time they have to carry 126 pounds, not counting the Japanese horses. And it's also the first time potentially that horses will get dirt kicked in their face. So, those 3 factors, very important when considering your Derby selection. So, yeah, get to know the dosage index every Kentucky Derby, and you'll most likely find a winner from that system.
There's a horse I like. I'm curious to see what his dosage is. So I'm sure we'll get to him here. He's in the middle of the pack. Before we start at the top and go through the horses, I noticed last year's winner, Mystic Dan, was an 18-1 shot. And looking back, the last 3 years, the Kentucky Derby, last 3 winners, 15-1 or higher. So last 3 years have been, the favorites haven't gotten there.
Yeah, I mean, the morning line favorite has won 18 times, and the post-time favorite has won 40 times since 1908. The last to do it was Justify, and he turned out to be a pretty good horse, Triple Crown winner. Mm-hmm. So you're more likely, to find value in not betting the favorite because, there's 20 horses. Again, traffic problems.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to look for value in this race, I believe.
All right, let's jump right in. Horse number 1, Citizen Bull.
Citizen Bull, you can't argue with the connections for sure. Bob Baffert, he's won 6 derbies, the most out of any trainer. He's your 2024 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Champion. He won that race at 16-1. Now, the last horse to win from Post 1 was Ferdinand in 1986. So he's up against it on the inside post. Also, his dosage is 9, which is the highest in the field. A horse has never won the Kentucky Derby with a dosage of 9. I would be surprised if this horse won the race, but, I wouldn't talk anybody off a 20-1 shot.
All right. Moving along, horse number 2. You got to help me out with his name here.
Neo Equus, 30-1 for Safi Joseph Jr. and Flavian Pratt. Do note that Flavian Pratt is listed on the also eligible number 21 by Yeza, and that's his first preference, which tells you all you need to know about Neo Equus. I don't like this horse. Dosage index 7, finished 3rd in the Florida Derby. Post 2 has produced 0 winners since affirmed in 1978. Hard pass for me on number 2, Tony.
All right, easy enough. Horse number 3, Final Gambit.
Final Gambit, 30-1 long shot. Got to respect the trainer, Brad Cox. He certainly can get his horses ready to roll. His notable win was in the Grade 3 Jeff Ruby Stakes. It was on a synthetic surface. So he makes his dirt debut in the Derby. Completely unknown factor for handicappers. His dosage is strong, 2.2. He should be able to handle the added distance. I just can't get there with Final Gambit.
All right. Horse number 4, Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, 12-1. A lot of people like this horse. Another Bob Baffert trainee. Hall of Fame jockey Mike Smith, who I've met several times. Love the guy. He's a class act. His dosage index, perfect, 3. He's won 2 out of 5 career starts. He finished 1st in the Wood Memorial in his prep race. Now, he's expected to be a pace setter. He's won both races from the front. I don't think distance is going to be a problem. And he recorded a career high 111 equibase speed figure in the Wood Memorial. I think he's going to face challenges, just 28 days of rest. He's in a classic bounce spot. I will not be using Rodriguez on my ticket.
Okay, number 5, American Promise.
Some people like this horse, American Promise, 30-1. D. Wayne Lucas, certainly can't argue with the trainer. The problem I have with this horse, his top equibase speed figure, 102. It did occur on a muddy track, and there is a 64% chance of rain. However, it took 6 races for him to break his maiden, and this will be his 10th race in less than 10 months. That seems very, very hard to do. I'll pass on American Promise. He is the son of 2018 Triple Crown winner Justify, so he does have strong bloodlines. But I'm going to pass on American Promise.
All right, number 6. Hey, before we get to number 6, are you wearing your Colts hat because of the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, I'm wearing my Colts hat because these are Colts, right?
That's what I thought. I didn't know if just a fan of the hat or if it was,
I miss
threw that in
football
there for the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I miss football so much. All right.
Where are we
Admire
at?
Daytona. Yeah, he's one of 2.
Admire Daytona, number 6.
He's one of 2 Japan horses that are actually running right next to each other. Dosage index, lowest in the field, 1.86. That doesn't mean he's the most likely winner. It just means that he'll be able to handle the distance. He won the UAE Derby in Japan. However, I think this year's version not as strong as last year when Forever Young competed in the Kentucky Derby. His international form is going to need to translate to America. I don't see it. I'm going to pass on Admire Daytona.
All right, number 7, Luxor Cafe.
Luxor Cafe, 15-1 morning line. He won his prep in Japan, the Fukaru Stakes. Dosage index, 5. That's not ideal. He does have 4 wins from 6 starts. He's also 4 for 5 on a wet track. So if it does come up wet, he should benefit. He's the son of Triple Crown champion American Pharaoh. He is one of the contenders. This is a note from one of my colleagues at CBS, Jody Demling. He is one of the contenders for the Derby who finished his final prep in under 38 seconds. That's a characteristic shared by 20 out of the last 27 Derby winners. However, like I said, his dosage is 5. I don't like him. I'm passing on Luxor Cafe.
All right, number 8, journalism.
The current favorite morning line, I think the live odds right now has him at 4-1. So he's getting faded a little bit here. 4 wins out of 5 starts, trained by Michael McCarthy, ridden by Umberto Rispoli. Really good connections. Michael McCarthy is a solid trainer out here in California. The problem I have with journalism, he's been running in small fields in California, specifically 5-horse fields. Now he travels out of state in a 20-horse field at relatively short odds. The morning line favorite has won 18 derbies, post-time chalk, 40 since 1908. I'm going to use him underneath, but I'm not keying him to win.
All right, the horse I like, number 9, Burnham Square.
I don't know, Tony. I'm conflicted on this horse. He captured attention by winning the Bluegrass Stakes. He previously rallied from last to win the Grade 3 Holy Bull in a solid time of 1:43.3. Now, his sire was Liam's Map, a high-class speedster known for winning the Breeders' Cup Mile and the Woodward Stakes, which was contested at 1 1/8. However, he never competed beyond that distance. So that raises questions about Burnham Square's ability to handle the 10 furlongs. His dosage suggests that he won't. His dosage is 7.80. He's an easy fade for me, Tony.
All right, number 10, Grande.
Grande has he's got a chance. He really does. 20-1 on the morning line. I know a lot of people like him. Pletcher and John Velasquez. He was second in the Wood Memorial. Pletcher, Velasquez, they've teamed up to win 2 derbies, 2010 with Super Saver, 2017 with Always Dreamin'. His sire, Curlin, Curlin's known for producing horses with stamina, and he'll probably appreciate the 10 furlongs. Curlin hasn't produced a Kentucky Derby winner, which is a little bit surprising, but I give Grande a chance. He's going to be, I'm going to use him underneath for sure.
All right, moving along here for the second half of the horses. Horse number 11, Flying Mohawk.
Flying Mohawk is trained by Whit Beckman, ridden by Joe Ramos. He came in second in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, which was contested on a synthetic surface rather than dirt. This is another horse making his career debut on dirt. His dosage is 3. It's encouraging, but I'm passing on Flying Mohawk.
Number 12, East Avenue.
20-1, you get Brendan Walsh, ridden by Manny Franco. He earned his Derby berth with a strong performance in the Bluegrass, finishing second by a nose to fellow entrant Burnham Square. His Bluegrass performance suggests that he is coming into his own. He must take another step forward to threaten the favorites. I wouldn't sleep on this horse. I'll be using him underneath.
Number 13, Publisher.
Publisher has yet to win a race. He's a maiden. A maiden hasn't won the Derby since Broker's Tip in 1933. There have only been 13 maidens to start since 1937. Additionally, his dosage is 4.33. Hard pass on Publisher.
All right. Number 14, Tiz-tastic. And in relation to the other Tiz we know?
Tiz a magician?
Yeah.
No. No. The problem I have with Tiz-tastic is he's a turf horse. 2 for 2 on the turf. He has 3 wins. 2 of them were on the turf. He has earned over $1.5 million, so that's hard to ignore. And also, the public doesn't like this horse. He hasn't been the post-time favorite in any of his 8 career races. So if you have bet him, you made a lot of money. His speed figures are slow compared to others in this field. Steve Osmussen still searching for his first Kentucky Derby win. So, you're rooting for an accomplished trainer to get his first Kentucky Derby winner, but I don't like this horse. I would like him if this race was on turf.
All right. Number 15, Render Judgment.
30-1, trained by last year's winner, Kenny McPeak. Julian LaPeroux, definitely solid jockey. Came in 5th in the Bluegrass in his prep. He hasn't won a race since breaking his maiden at Churchill last October. The outside draw is going to require him to use a lot of energy to secure a position, without risk being wide on the turns. Dosage index does suggest he will enjoy the 10 furlongs, but Render Judgment is a hard pass once again for yours truly.
All right. 5 more horses left in the 151st Kentucky Derby. This is valuable news you could use when you're looking to bet the Kentucky Derby. Horse number 16, Cole Battle.
Spoiler alert, this is my top selection. He's 30-1 on the morning line, and he's crept up a little bit higher since, which I can't believe because I'm sitting on a futures ticket at 25-1. Pretty good deal. He was purchased for just $70,000 by Norman Stables. He's won 5 out of 8 career races, including 5 for 6 on a dirt track. 2 of his losses were on turf earlier in his career last year. 2 starts back, he won the Rebel at 12-1. I gave out him as my top selection in that race. He finished ahead of Mattigat Road and Sandman, who we'll talk about later. The thing I love about Cole Battle is his tactical speed. He's going to be mid-pack. He has enough speed to get out of the gate. He's going to sit mid-pack, make his run down the lane. He has a slender frame. He can navigate through traffic. If you think slender, smaller type horses can't win the Kentucky Derby, just look at last year. Mystic Dan built very similar, used his smaller body type to win last year, giving Kenny McPeak his first Derby win. And there are other horses in this field with a morning line of 30-1 that do not have the credentials of a Cole Battle. Cole Battle has earned over $1.1 million. I think people are sleeping on this horse. It's a feel-good story as well. Trainer Lonnie Briley's first stakes-winning horse. The distance may be a little bit too far, but at 30-1, I'm taking a risk. I'm willing to take that risk, I should say. His dosage index is 3.80, which is what you want to see. So we'll get to my how to play Cole Battle after the video. But yeah, he's going to be my top selection at 30-1 on the morning line.
All right. How about number 17, Sandman?
Sandman is an intriguing horse. 8 starts, 3 wins, 1 second, 2/3. Career earnings, $1.2 million plus. He's a son of leading sire Tappet. Sandman was purchased for $1.2 million. So they've just about made their money back, minus the training fees. His most significant achievement was winning the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby, which established his favoritism in this race. Now, the problem I have with Sandman, he does have issues in the lane. He tends to veer in and out. His dosage is 3.24, just below the average winning dosage of 3.25 over the last 24 years. Post 17 remains the only regular use position that has yet to produce a winner, with only 3 in the money finishes. But I am using Sandman in my exotics, which you will find out in a little bit here.
Number 18, Sovereignty.
A lot of people love this horse. I do not. His dosage index is over 4.33. Son of Into Mischief, trained by Bill Mott, Junior Alvarado aboard. Crowning achievement was winning the Grade 1 Fountain of Youth. This is a very talented horse, but the one concern I have is that dosage index of 4.33. Can he win? Yes. But history tells me not to use them, so I'm going to use them underneath, but not for win.
All right, number 19, Chunk of Gold.
Purchased for a mere $2,500, Tony. You want a Derby horse? Yeah, pretty good investment. He's earned, let me see here. He's earned $348,000, so they've certainly made their money back. 2 starts back, he finished second in the Risen Star at 43-1. However, he was 9 3/4 lengths behind winner Magnitude. Magnitude is in a stakes race on the undercard at Kentucky Derby. His only win was on a synthetic surface, going 6 furlongs at Tampa Bay Downs. I'll Have Another in 2012 is the only horse to win from the 19th post. I'm going to pass on Chunk of Gold.
And rounding up our 20-horse field, we have horse number 20, Owen Almighty.
The interesting thing about this horse is you have the owner and trainer arguing if they should run in the race. The owner, obviously, wants to run in the race. The trainer really wanted the Pat Day Mile. He was unlucky in the Bluegrass. He got bumped around at the start of the race. 2 starts back, he hugged the rail from the 1 post and cruised gate to wire in the Tampa Bay Derby. Only 2 horses have won this race from the 20th post. Big Brown in 2008, which you and I, Tony, had as one of our top selections, if you remember. Yeah. I still remember that. We talk about it all the time.
He dominated.
And then Rich Strike in 2022. He was 80-1. And if you remember, he drew in late Friday when one of the horses got scratched. Owen Almighty has to go to the lead. I don't think he's going to like the distance, even though his dosage index is 3.57. I'm passing on Owen Almighty. And let's get to the also eligible, Tony, because it is noteworthy. Baeza, right?
Right.
He's 12-1 on the morning line. And this is Flavian Pratt's first preference. He would be very fast to jump off of Neo Equus and ride Baeza, because Baeza came in second in the Santa Anita Derby. He's going to be the buzz horse. A lot of people are talking about him and want to bet him if he draws in. Interesting. His 107 Equibase speed figure from the Santa Anita Derby places him just 3 points behind Journalism's top figure. And, Journalism's probably going to be the favorite. And additionally, the Santa Anita runner-up usually runs well in the Kentucky Derby. And, there's 2 horses that have won from the outside post. It can be done if the horse is good enough. Baeza is good enough. And if Baeza does not draw in, I would seriously consider him for the Preakness.
All right. Do you think weather's going to play a factor? Any slop or rain, mud in the forecast?
Yeah, there's this, 5 days ago, there was no chance of rain. Then it was 30, then it was 50. This morning, it's now 65% chance of rain. And, it adds a lot of uncertainty to the race. I mean, just because a horse has run well over a wet track doesn't mean he's going to repeat that performance, especially in the Kentucky Derby with 20 horses. So I'll give you the 4 horses that have had success running on a wet track. Take this with a grain of salt. And if you like a horse that has not run on a wet track, don't let that deter you from betting it. So the number 2, Neo Equus, he has 1 win on a wet track. It was a 6 furlong allowance race at Gulfstream. The number 5 horse, American Promise, he broke his maiden on a wet track at Gulfstream. The 7, Luxor Cafe, 3 for 4 on a wet track. Must have a lot of rain out there in Japan. And my horse, Cole Battle, as I previously mentioned, he's 2 for 2 on a wet track. So if you see the track really sloppy, you can bump up Cole Battle even more. But even if the track is wet, I'm still against the 2, the 5, and the 7.
All right. And I know it's a 20-horse field, but would you recommend, taking a trifecta or maybe throwing in a wheel with any of these long shots?
Well, what I'm going to do, I'm betting Cole Battle across the board.
Win Play Show.
Win Play Show. If his odds are less than 20-1, I'll probably just bet Place and Show because I am sitting on a futures ticket to win at 25-1. But if you're, if you have no wagers going into this race, definitely worth a shot. Cold Battle across the board, Win Place and Show. I mean, if the favorite runs out of the money and Cold Battle hits the board, we're going to make some money. And then I'm going to use an exacta box, $2 exacta box. It'll cost you $60. If the 21 enters, it'll be 40 if it's just 5 horses. So I'm going to use number 8, Journalism, number 10, Grande, the 12, East Avenue, the 16, Cold Battle, 17, Sandman, and use 21, Baeza if he draws in. If not, just use the first 5 horses.
Okay. All right. Great stuff. I appreciate you coming on, breaking down the 20-horse field. I know it's a lot of horses to talk about, but no one better. Nobody knows horses like you do, Jeff.
Thanks, Tony. It should be fun. Check the website. You don't need my horse selection. I gave it to you right here, but we got premium picks up there. And we'll do another video for the Preakness. How does that sound, Tony?
Sounds great. Guys, check out VegasTopDogs.com. We have NBA, NHL playoffs full swing, plus baseball, UFC, soccer, Kentucky Derby, and we'll have, the Preakness and the other races, the Belmont, here in the next few weeks. Post time for this race, what is it, 6:50?
6:57, right around there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Looking forward to it on Saturday, May the 3rd.
Thanks,
Jeff,
Tony.
thanks for joining us, and appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us.
Thanks, Tony. Good luck, everybody out there. Let's go get that cash in the Kentucky Derby.
As always, good luck and be a winner.
Peace out.